Chapter 7 Description of Cosmic Bodies, the Greatness of Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitamritam. In the early morning, Tirumala Das completed his Anushtanam, daily morning spiritual rituals, and started telling, "My dear Shankar Bhatt, Sripada Sri Vallabha's divine story is nectar, never heard before, never described before, and it cannot be disputed. Because there is vast grace of Sripada Sri Vallabha on you, you have the opportunity to write his story as a book. This great opportunity, difficult to get even for great Pandits, has come to you. This is only because of the will of Sripada. Sripada gives darshan at different places at the same time. After Narasavadhanulu came out of the death state, his attractive power diminished. That person would come to him, how far he might be. That power was now lost. People who were afraid of him and praised him previously were now not afraid of him. Whenever they felt necessary, they would tease him with bad talk. His financial state also started deteriorating. The means of getting food twice a day also decreased. Regretting for his sorry state of affairs, he came out of the house. Sri Bapannavadhanulu was carrying his grandson and was going to his house from Raju Sharma's house. One had to turn at the end of the street, and that street would lead to the house of Bapannariyulu. Sri Charana used to spend more time in his grandfather's house than in his house. He would go freely as he liked to the houses of Sri Narasimhavarma and Sri Venkatapaya Shreshti. Narasavadhanulu wished to speak to Sripada. He decided to carry and kiss that cute divine boy once. Narasavadhanulu saw Sri Vallabha going along with Bapannarya. See, Narasavadhanulu Charana smiled. That smile was mesmerizing. Later, Narasavadhanulu went to Venkatapaya Shreshti's house to take grocery items. There, Sripada Sri Vallabha was lying in the lap of Sri Venkatapaya Shreshti. Sripada looked at Narasavadhanulu, smiled sweetly. Narasavadhanulu took grocery items and came home. From there, he went to Narasimhavarma's house. There he saw Sripada Vallabha sitting on the shoulders of Narasimhavarma in his house. Sri Vallabha smiled sweetly, looking at Narasavadhani. Thus he found Sri Vallabha in his grandfather's house, Varma's house, and Shreshti's house at the same time. Narasavadhani wondered whether it was a dream or Vaishnava Maya. The people in the village were blaming him in many different ways. They were blaming him for the disappearance of the deity of Swayambhu Datta in Padagaya Kshetram. Narasavadhani roamed on the streets as a traveller without aim. He reached home as a mad person. His wife was grief-stricken, seeing her husband as a mad person. To express her grief, she went to Puja Mandir. What she saw was the most wonderful. Sripada Sri Vallabha was there in their Puja Mandir. There was no limit for the joy of those wife and husband. They said they would cook Totakura and feed him. Sripada did not agree for that in spite of repeated requests. When time, action and causal effects come together at a time, there will be a great opportunity. A wise person notices it and gets benefited. An unwise person does not notice it and will lose the opportunity. At last, Sripada agreed to eat in their house. But that was not in that Janma. He promised that in the next birth, he would be born with the name of Sri Nrusimha Saraswati in the sacred land of Maharashtra, and then he would definitely come to their house and eat food with cooked Totakura. He also indicated that with the Ganesh part of him, who was born on Ganesh Chaturthi, a Mahatma would be born with the name Gajanana after some centuries near his place of next birth. It may be possible to change the course of orbits of sun and moon, but no one can change the promises given by Sripada. All the living beings, jivas in the creation, including the Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air and sky, will have to perform according to his instructions. He is strongly determined and truthful in the execution of his promises. Even if world move and yugas change, his leelas remain always as truth forever and highly modern. Shripada, present in the Puja Mandir, gave useful instruction to Narasavadhani and his wife. These instructions are extremely useful for all Datta devotees. The talk between Narasavadhanulu and Sri Vallabha went on like this. The talk between Narasavadhanulu and Shripada Vallabha in Puja Mandir. Shripada's instruction to Narasavadhanulu. Question: Who are you? A god, yaksha, or a mantrik? Answer: I am myself. I am the Adya Shakti, present, merged in every atom of this creation, which is formed by the Panchabhutas. I am the one who is present as the mother and father in all living things, starting from animals and birds. I am also the embodiment of Guru for all this creation. Question: That means you have no form and qualities? Is that so? Answer: Not having any form also is a form. Not having any qualities is also a quality. I am the basis for form and formlessness, and qualities and no qualities. I am beyond these things also. Question: When you are everything, why do jivas have grief and happiness? Answer: In you, yourself and myself both are there. Yourself present in you is the jiva, myself present in you is Paramatma. As long as you think you are doing actions, you cannot become one with me. Till then, you cannot come out of pairs of opposites like happiness and grief, sin and merit, etc. Yourself present in you should completely vanish, and then myself present in you will raise to the highest level. Then only you will become closer to me. As you come nearer to me, your responsibilities will come down. When I take your responsibility, you will get higher states. Question: Some say Jivatma and Paramatma are different. Some others say Jivatma is very close to Paramatma. Still some more people say Jiva is God. Which is correct? Answer: If you and I are separate, there is no problem. When the ego in you vanishes, you will get high state even though we are different in Daivatva state. You can be happy if you understand that everything comes with my grace and you are merely an instrument. Moksha or liberation is nothing but annihilation of moham, attachment. So you can get liberation even in Daivatva state, feeling separate from pure Atma. When you are very close to me, I will be expressing myself through you. All my powers will be expressed in you. When your ego is lost, your attachment also vanishes. In this special state of Advaita, you will get bliss. As there is no attachment, it is also liberation. When your ego is completely annihilated, the feeling that you are doing action will also be burnt. Then you will not remain anymore, and it is I that remains. In that state, which cannot be comprehended by mind, you will be in Brahmananda. So even if you are in Advaita state, you can get liberation. The state of Brahmananda, bliss, is the same whether you are in Dvaitam, dualism, Vishishtadvaitam, qualified Advaita, or Advaitam, non-dualism. It cannot be comprehended by mind or expressed by words. It can only be experienced. Question: People who are in Avadhuta state say that they are Brahman. Are you also Avadhuta? Answer: No, I am not Avadhuta. Avadhuta says I am Brahman and Brahman is everything. I say I am Brahman and I am everything. Question: I am not able to understand the secret in this small difference. Answer: Avadhuta, who got separated from the worldly bondages, will merge in me and experience bliss. He has no identity. When there is no identity, there is no will, Sankalpam. In the Mahasankalpam and Mahashakti, I am there. I am also present in the form of Mahashakti called Jivas. The Avadhutas who has merged in me will have to come for birth again if I order. Mine is the form of truth, Satyam, knowledge, Gnanam, and bliss, Ananda, along with Sankalpa. Avadhuta's form is truth, knowledge, and bliss without Sankalpa. Question: When seeds are fried, they will not germinate. But after getting the knowledge of Brahman, when he has become Brahman, how is it possible to take birth again? Answer. It is the dharma of creation that fried seeds do not germinate. It is the power and potency of the Creator to make the fried seeds germinate. That means He is omnipotent. My manifestation had come previously to establish this very truth through philosophical discussions. Question. Datta Prabhu, Sripada, please explain. Answer. My father transcended the triads like past, present and future. The triad of avasthas, wakeful state or jagrat, dream state or swapnam, and slumber, sushupti, the trade of creation, protection and annihilation, etc., and become famous as Atri Maharshi. Mother became famous as Anasuya, as she had not even a trace of jealousy in any living being or any matter in this creation. Atri Maharshi did intense penance, tapas, to have darshan of the form of Param Jyoti, which was the basis for Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra, and which was beyond them. Mother Anasuya did penance for that form of Param Jyoti to look after every living being and every matter in the creation with his nectarine graceful looks. Jiva will be having happiness or grief in accordance to the rule of karma. So Mother Anasuya used to pray with intention that the resulting fruit of great sins should be very little and the resulting fruit of even small merit should be great. Mother changed the hard metal pieces shaped like seeds into live eatable seeds with her power of penance. Metal is the dynamism Chaitanyam in the state of complete sleep. Trees and things related to trees are Chaitanyam in the state of partial sleep. Animals are in full dynamic state, Purna Chaitanyam. Having born as metal and then died as metal, and having taken the birth as trees and then as animals, the Jivas ultimately get the life of man. He should become wise, acquire knowledge and become dispassionate. Ultimately, he shall wake up the power of Paramatma present dormant in him and get liberated. Mother demonstrated that the dharma of sequence of transformations that take place in this Prakriti could be changed by the grace of Param Jyoti. The Chaitanyam present in the form of Trimurtis was in the wakeful state. So she changed it into the state of slumber and changed those forms into the form of infants. The power of the three mothers, three Shaktis, have become one as Anagha Devi. When I was born in the form of Ardhanarishwara with Anagha Devi in my left half and Dattatreya in my right half. The Prabhu, who could create such great creation by mere will, also have the power and potency to change the dharmas of creation if necessary. This you should understand. Question. Sripada, you could change the dharmas of creation. Can't you remove my poverty? Answer. Certainly I can remove, but I am postponing it to the next birth. Even in the next birth, I will grace only after you suffer poverty for a long time. Totakura is a small thing. How much attachment did you develop on that? My mother, father or grandfather never asked anything from anyone. Being a small boy, how much food will I eat? When I wanted, you should have given Totakura immediately. Now that time was over. To remove the dirt from my mind, this lifespan is not enough. Every man gets lifespan, wealth, beauty and fame as the fruit of his merit. As a result of sin, one gets short lifespan, poverty, ugliness and ill fame. I took out a major portion of your merit and gave you some more life. Much of your merit was expended. Much of your sin remained. You will have to experience the poverty. Even then, as you worshipped Swayambhudatta, I am gracing you that you will get enough food to eat twice in a day without suffering, even though you have no wealth. Question. The Shastram is telling that we have to conduct ourselves in accordance with the caste system. Your grandfather decided that Vedokta Upanayanam, thread ceremony, can be done to Vaishyas also. Is it not wrong? Answer. Your tongue should have been cut off for pointing wrong in the decision of Satya Rishishwara. Who do you think Tata is? He is really Bhaskaracharya. Vishnudatta and Sushila were most sacred people having no selfishness. I instructed the gods of time and action to make them take birth as my parents. Narasimhavarma's ancestors were great devotees of Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Swami. They were sacred people who donated food grandly during yagnas and yagas in Simhachalam. I was planning in a methodical way much before I took birth in Petikapuram. The debt relation which I have with those three families will not be over in one birth. It will not be closed in one avatar also. My bountiful hand will benefit them for generations. They will be without worry under the shade of my umbrella. Shripada's assurances to his devotees. When it came to my case, you could not give even a priceless Totakura. If you had fed me, you could have got the merit of feeding 1,00,000 Brahmins. You lost that great opportunity. When it is discussed which is dharma and which is adharma, one should refer to the Shastras. But when there is a dilemma whether it is possible to follow what is written in the Shastras, the thing decided by pure-hearted people will become Shastra. Whatever they say will become Veda. Their word becomes dharma. Even if they want to tell adharma, the goddess of dharma will not allow him to say wrong things and will make them tell only the right thing. Your Shastram says to kill is sin. The war that happened between Kauravas and Pandavas in the presence of Sri Krishna Paramatma became a Dharma Yuddha, righteous war, and the place where it happened became Dharma Kshetram. Yagnam or sacrifice will give good merit. But the yagna done by Daksha became a war at the end because he did not invite Shiva, the form of Paramatma. Daksha's head was severed and a goat's head was transplanted to him. When a patient had abnormal pythium, the physician will treat with lemon and amla. When a part of the body becomes gangrenous, he will have to cut out that part. I am also similar. I have not only qualities of gods, but also qualities of Rakshasas. I will behave like a madman, like a ghost, and like a Rakshas. But internally, love will be overflowing from me towards Jivas. My behavior will depend on your nature and the auspiciousness and inauspiciousness of your actions. I will not leave the hand of my devotees who totally surrender to me. I will attract my devotees towards my kshetras even forcibly, however far they may be. One should not discuss the origin of rishis and origin of rivers. Was not Adya Parashakti born as Kanyaka Parameshwari in Vaishya caste? Are there not Siddha Munis in Vaishyas? Not only Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, but also Shudras are eligible for Vedokta Upanayanam if they follow austerities. With Upanayanam, the third eye of knowledge, should get opened. The Antahkarana, the inner being, should get purified and the mind should concentrate on Brahmagnana. Your mind was fully occupied in Shakagnana on Totakura. Do you think that Brahman is something which is available in the market? A person who is Brahmin in this birth can be born as a Chandala in the next birth. A Chandala in this birth may be born as a Brahmin in the next birth. Learn the fact that Brahman is beyond these castes and beyond time and place. God likes bhava, not the external appearance. God will be working according to your bhava. When the topic related to Brahmagnana comes, I am a Brahmin. While doing darbar and listening to people's prayers and gracing them, I am a Kshatriya. Every Jivi will have a salary decided by the sins and merits done by that Jivi. I have the salary of everyone with me. While calculating how much to give to whom, I am a Vaishya. While attracting the difficulties and problems of devotees onto me and doing service by giving peace and happiness, I am a Shudra. While washing the sins of Jivas, I am a washerman. I am burning to ashes the bodies of Jivas and granting them new higher births. So I am the Kartikapari, manager of burial ground. Now tell me, to which caste do I belong? Question. Shripada, pardon me. I am an Agnani, foolish man. You are no doubt Datta. Please make me blessed, telling me how this creation was formed. Description of different worlds. Answer. Tata, there are 88,000 Grihastha Munis, householders in heaven. They have the capacity of being born again to spread the message of Dharma. They are like seeds. One small part of the indescribable power of Paramatma became Brahma to create the world. The water that had formed from Paramatma had spread everywhere. From the Tejas, Agni of Paramatma, many crores of golden eggs were formed in that water. The Brahmandam in which we are living is one of those eggs. When the inner part of the egg is full of darkness, Parameshwara's Tejas took form and he became famous by the name Aniruddha. As he has spread light in the egg, he is called Hiranyagarbha, Surya, Savita, Paranjyoti and by other words in Vedas. In Treta Yugam, Bharadwaja Maharshi conducted Savitrukataka Chayanam. It was done to propagate the tejas of Lord Dattatreya, filling many crores of Brahmandas. In Satyaloka, there is a place called Niramayasthan. In Trikhanda Sopanam, the Pitru Devatas called Vasuvas, Rudras and Adityas reside. They are the protectors of Niramayasthan. Karana Brahmalokam is the living place of Chaturmukha, four-headed Brahma. Srirangam, which is referred to as Vidyasthan and Moola Prakriti-sthan, is above that. Above that is Mahakailasam and still above that is Karana Vaikuntham. In Satyalokam, Puranapuram is the place of Vidyadharas. In Tapolokam, Sadhyas stay in Anjanavatipuram. In Jnanalokam, Sanaka Sananda, Sanat Kumara and Sanat Sujata rishis stay in Ambavatipuram. In Maharlok, Siddhas and others will stay in Jyotishmatipuram. Indra and other gods stay in Amaravatipuram in Suvarlokam, Swargalok. In Bhuvarlokam, having the stars and planets, the sculpture of gods Vishwakarma stays in Radhantapuram. Tata, there are two parts in Bhulokam. The place where human beings live is called Bhugolam. Apart from that, there is another by name Mahabhumi. This is situated at a distance of 5 crore Brahmanda Yojanas on the south side. Martyalokam means Bhulokam and Bhuvarlokam. Mahabhumi is also in this. Patalam means Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala and Patala Lokas. Grossly, they are all called Swarga, Martya and Patala. The Mahabhumi, which is lying south of this Bhugolam in which we are all living, is raised in the middle and has the shape of Chakram, disc. So on the upper surface, the light of Surya and Chandra always falls. As it is always lighted, there is no time demarcation. On this Mahabhumi, there are 7 oceans and 7 islands. Jambu Island or Dvipam is present here only. Bhulokam and Bhuvarlokam are together called Martyalokam. Bhulokam has 2 parts, Mahabhumi and Bhugolam. In the beginning of creation, everything was filled with water. Prajapati did tapas to start creation. He saw Pushkara Pranam on the water. Prajapati took the form of a Varaham and dipped into the water near Pushkara Pranam and he could get on to the Mahabhumi. From that Mahabhumi, he took some wet mud, separated it with his teeth and brought it to the surface. He put that Grutu, mud, on the Pushkara Pranam and got the name Prithvi. Tata, this is called Bhugolam. The distance between Mahabhumi and Bhugolam is 5 crore Brahmanda Yojanas. Mahabhumi has got an area of 50 crore Yojanas. Jambudvipam is on this Mahabhumi only. There are 9 parts in it. Gods live in Daiva Khandam. Bhutas live in Gabastya Kandam. Kinnaras in Purusha Kandam. Human beings in Bharata Kandam. Siddhas in Sharabha Kandam. Gandharvas in Gandharva Kandam. Rakshasas in Tamra Kandam. Yakshas in Sheru Kandam. Pannagas in Indu Kandam. Vaivashvata Manavu, along with rishis and men, reside in the Bharatapuram in Bharata Kandam, which is present on the south side of Jambudvipam in Mahabhumi. The avatar of Sripada Sri Vallabha came on Mahabhumi 100 years before I came in Sri Pitikapuram. The Jambudvipam in Mahabhumi has an area of 1 lakh Brahmanda Yojanas. Vaivashvatamanuvu is only in Bharatakandam in Jambudvipam. In other khandams, there are Devayonis. In Jambudvipam of Mahabhumi, the heat and cold are not much and the weather is pleasant. There is always mild sunshine and there is nothing like day and night. The Jambudvipam in Mahabhumi has an area of 1 lakh yojanas. The Lavana Samudram, salty ocean, has got an area of 1 lakh yojanas. Plakshadvipam has 2 lakh yojanas. Ikshura Samudram has 2 lakh yojanas. Kushadvipam has 4 lakh yojanas. Sura Samudram has 4 lakh yojanas. Kraunchadvipam has 8 lakh yojanas. Sarpi Samudram has 8 lakh yojanas. Shakadvipam has 16 lakh yojanas. Dadi Samudram has 16 lakh yojanas. Shalmali Dvipam has 32 lakh yojanas. Kshira Samudram has 32 lakh yojanas. Pushkara Dvipam has 64 lakh yojanas. Sudha Jala Samudram has 64 lakh yojanas. Chala Parvatam or mountain has 128 lakh yojanas. Chakravala Parvatam has 256 lakh yojanas. Loka Parvatam has 512 lakh yojanas. Tamo Bhumi has 1250 lakh yojanas of area. Sunshine cannot go beyond Loka Parvatam. So that area between Loka mountain and Andabhiti is also in darkness. Andabhiti has got a thickness of 1 crore yojanas. The Varaha avatar and Narasimha avatar are not small, so the Bhumi cannot sustain them. Varaham does not mean pig. It is Khadgamrigam, hippopotamus or rhino. It has only 1 horn. The explanation of islands, Dvipas, the rulers of islands, Dvipadhipatis, and the gods responsible for maintenance of Dvipas, Dvipadi Devatas. The Jambudvipam of Mahabhumi was first ruled by Swayambhu Manavu as Chakravarti. His 7 sons became rulers of the 7 islands. Initially, Plakshadvipam was ruled by Medathidi, Shamaladvipam by Vapushamanta, Kushadvipam by Jyotishamanta, Kraunchadvipam by Dhyutimanta, Shakadvipam by Havyudu, Pushkaradvipam by Savanudu. The 4 Varnas in Plakshadvipam are Aryaka, Kuraka, Vindaka and Bhavina. Vishnu in the form of moon is the principal god. In Shamaladvipam, the Varnas are Kapilavarna, Charanakavarna, Pitavarna and Krishnavarna. They worship Vishnu. Kushadvipam has 4 Varnas, Dami, Sushmina, Sneha and Mandeha. They worship Brahma. In Kraunchadvipam, Pushkara, Pushkala, Dhanya and Pishya Varnas are there. They worship Rudra. In Shakadvipam, there are Manga, Mangadha, Manasa and Mandavarnas. They worship Surya Bhagavan, sun. In Pushkara Island, there are no 4 Varnas. Everybody will be happy like gods without diseases or grief. They worship Brahma. In the Jambudvipam, in our Bhugolam, there are Bharata Varsham, Kimpurusha Varsham, Hari Varsham, Ketumala Varsham, Ilavrita Varsham, Bhadrasva Varsham, Ramyaka Varsham, Hiranyaka Varsham and Kuru Varsham. Tata, like the Khandas in Jambudvipam of Mahabhumi, there are Varsha divisions in Jambudvipam of Bhugolam. Mahabhumi is round and elevated in the middle like the hard shell of a tortoise. This is also called Bhumandalam. But Bhugolam is like a lemon fruit. Mahabhumi lies over Meru Rekha and stretches up to the Andabhiti of Brahmandam. Bhugolam is exactly in the middle of Jyotish Chakra. Jambudvipam stretches across the Meru Rekha, present in the middle of Mahabhumi. Surrounding that, there are the 7 oceans and dvipams. The northern half of Bhugolam is called Deva part and southern part is called the Asura part. In the middle part of Mahabhumi is the Meru mountain with divine glow. This is the living place of Manus who rule the Jivas. Bhugolam is the place of Jivas who are ruled by Manus. There is Jyotish Chakram installed on the peaks of Chakravaka mountain in Mahabhumi. Bhugolam is different from this. Jyotish Chakram having 7 orbits is going rounded daily. In Mahabhumi, the changes in temperature are less. It is always daytime there without having darkness, and there is no difference of time. In Bhugolam, the situation is different. One will get Mahabhumi with great merit only. It cannot be got with gross body. Bhugolam is Karma Bhumi, where one can earn merit. It is the place where people live with gross bodies. Mahabhumi does not have small pralayas, holocaust, except Manu Pralayam. Yuga Pralayams, Mahayuga Pralayams and Manu Pralayams happen in Bhugolam. Mahabhumi is called by the names Dhatri and Vidhatri. Bhugolam is called Mahi, Urvi, Kshiti, Prithvi, Bhumi. Tata, now I'll tell you about Patala Lokas. Listen, Pishacha Ganas will be in Atalam, Guhyakas live in Vitalam, Rakshasas live in Sutalam, Bhutas live in Rasatalam, Yakshas live in Talatalam, Pitru Devatas live in Mahatalam, and Pannagas live in Patalam. Explanation of inhabitants of Lokas, the rulers of Lokas and Khandas. In Vitalam, Kubera is the head of Navanidhis. He is the treasurer of the Brahmandam. He is also the ruler of North. In Vitalam, he stays in Alakapuram. In the same Vitalam, Mayudu lives in Yoginipuram, west of Meruvu. He is the sculptor of Rakshasas. He was the one who constructed 3 cities which can go high in the sky for Tripurasuras. In Sutalam, Yamadharma Raju rules Vaivasthapuram. He is the ruler of South. Before the entrance of this town, there is a river of fire. This is called Vaitrarini. People with good merit would easily cross this river. It is very difficult to cross for sinners. In Rasatalam, there is Punyanagaram. A demon called Niruthi is the ruler for that. He is the ruler of Southwest. Betala, along with groups of ghosts, Pishachas, lives in Dhanishthanapuram in Talatalam. Ishana, husband of Katyayini, lives in Kailasanagaram along with Bhutaganas in Mahatalam. He is the ruler of Northeast. In Patalam, there is Vaikuntanagaram. In that, Sriman Narayana Murthy lives with demons of Patala and great snakes like Vasuki as Sheshasai. This is also called Karya Vaikuntam of Shvetadvipam. In the last Patalam, there is Trikanda Sopanam. Ananga, having no body parts, Jivis live in the first Khandam. Pretaganas live in the second Khandam. In the third Khandam, Jivas having Yatana body live immersed in grief. 7 oceans and 7 islands are there in Mahabhumi. Jambudvipam is in the middle. It was divided into 9 parts. The one on the south is called Bharatakhandam. Swayambhuva Manuvu stays in Bharatapuram in this. Many Jivas having merit and rishis are there under his rule. They rule the lokas and oversee dharma and adharma. On the Mahabhumi, around the 7 islands, Charachara, Chakravala, Loka mountains stretch up to the Swargalokam. They are layers which do not allow light to be passed through them. Below the Mahabhumi, there are 7 Adholokas. They are called Saptapatalas. Atalalokam is the living place for ghosts, Pishachas. Kubera lives in Alakapuri in Vitalalokam. Mayudu, along with Rakshasas, demons, stay in Yoginipuram in Vitalalokam. Bali Chakravarti lives with Rakshasas in Sutalam. Yamadharma Raju stays in Vaivashvatapuram. Here, sinful jivas will be suffering. In the Narakas, the Punyapuram in Rasatalam is the place of Niruti. Here, sects like Bhutha stay. Bhetala lives in Dhanishtapuram in Talatalam. Rudra stays in Kailasapuram in Talatalam. Mahatalam is the living place of Pitru Devatas. Shvetadvipa Vaikuntham is there in Patalam. Narayana lives there. The part below adjoining Meruvu is the living place for Ananga Jivas, Pretaganas and Yatana Dehis. Mahapatakas who did great sins stay in Niralamba Suchyagrasthan. In Uttara Poshanam, water betrothal is done to these people only, saying, Raurave apunya nilaye padmarbhuda nivasenam ardhinam udakam dattam akshayamupatishthati. Names of lokas and description of their areas. Learn that Bhugolam and Mahabhumi are different and are together called Bhulokam. On the upper aspect of Bhugolam, Suryalokam shines in the Meru Rekha up to Urdhva-Dhruvasthanam. This is the lokam where Surya Devata stays. This is not at all Surya Graha Mandalam. Similarly, there are Chandralokam, Angaraka-lokam, Budha-lokam, Guru-lokam, Shukra-lokam, Shanaishchara-lokam, Rasyadhi-Devata-lokam, Nakshatra-Devata-lokam, Saptarishi-lokam and Urdhva-Dhruva-lokam. Apart from these, there are many lokas or worlds in between. From the central part of Bhumi, Suryalokam is at a distance of 1,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. This is the place where Surya, who is presiding godhead of Surya planet, lives. From the central point of Bhumi, Chandralokam is at a distance of 2,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Angaraka or Kujalokam is 3,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Budhalokam is 5,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Gurulokam is 7,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Shukralokam is at 9,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Shani or Saturn Lokam is at 11,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Rasyadideva Lokam is at 12,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Nakshatra Devata Lokam is at 13,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas. Saptarshi Lokam is at 14,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas and Dhruva Lokam is at 15,00,000 Brahmanda Yojanas distance. Similarly, Swarga Lokam, Mahar Lokam, Janalokam, Tapolokam and Satyalokam are present at different distances from the central point of the earth. From the central point of earth to Andabhiti, that is a wall around the Brahmandam, it is 24 crores 50 lakhs Brahmanda Yojanas. From the center of sun to Andabhiti, it is 25 crores 50 lakhs Brahmanda Yojanas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Suvarlokas perish in Pralaya Kalam at the time of Pralayam. Maharlokam will partially perish and partially remain. The Janalokam, the Tapolokam and Satyalokam will perish only at the end of Brahma's life. Swargam or heaven means Suvarlokam, Maharlokam, Janalokam, Tapolokam and Satyalokam and up to Andhabhiti. Who is Datta? Narasavadhanulu Tata, you need to take some lakhs of births to experience Datta philosophy. Datta is the only one greatest energy pervading crores and crores of Brahmandas and still transcending them. Know that the same Datta Prabhu is Shripada Sri Vallabha present in front of you. Hearing Sri Charana's teachings, Narasavadhanulu and his wife were stunned. This small baby boy of 1 year age had been telling such great things authoritatively and that he was the Datta himself. They started weeping inconsolably. They requested that they be allowed to touch his divine feet. Sri Vallabha declined. The couple could not move from the place where they were sitting. Shripada said, I am Datta. I am the only one who is pervading all the crores and crores of Brahmandas. I have the sides as my clothes. I am Digambara. If anybody chants my name with mind, action and word, Datta Digambara, Shripada Vallabha Digambara, Narasimha Saraswati Digambara, I will be always with them in subtle form. When my maternal grandfather, Sri Bapannaryalu, came from outside and was providing food and accommodation facilities free of cost to those who performed funeral rites to the departed souls in Padagaya Kshetram, you ridiculed such a great person, saying, Your Swayambhu Datta disappeared. That Datta is myself. Those who stay in the sacred place where I was born will become sacred themselves certainly. Their departed ancestors will get Punya Lokas. I am the Lord who has to look after the needs of living souls as well as departed souls. For me, birth and death are equal. Still you are grieved whether this is the result of worshipping Swayambhu Datta? Swayambhudatta will come soon to remove the blame cast on you. His installation also will be done. I gave you some more life. Be in the dhyana of Datta. I am giving a promise that I will favor you in your next birth. You do not have the great merit to touch my feet in this birth. I am the only one Lord who does creation, protection and annihilation of crores and crores of Brahmandas, and I bless you with my propitious hand. With a great terrible sound, the atoms in Sri Charana's body broke out and Sripada disappeared. My dear Shankar Bhatt, Sripada himself indicated the secret behind chanting his name, adding Digambara. He is omnipresent. It is beyond the range of our comprehension how a formless Tattvam took shape with a form. Where is the end for the Leelas of that Lord of Universe, done even from the time of infancy? Victory to Sripada Sri Vallabha. Sripada Rajam Sharanam Prapadhye.